Hi, Christine, Katie. It's Julie, of course. Who else would it be sending you a video, right? Gee, I hope nobody. I hope you're doing good Friday afternoon. And want to go through some changes that I made here. And this is the new video that I did at the top here. It's got the purple colors that we like, the new font that you like, and I think it looks better. Let me know your thoughts on that. If you don't like it, not to worry, I can always change it. And but I think it's just something to market test. We'll get out there with the website, and we're going to have a pilot program, which means you want to pick like 4 or 5 of your friends to review the website before we launch it and start advertising it, and see what they think. They are going to tell you their honest opinion, and with that, maybe you'll offer them a free product or something. Okay, going down here, this is what I've implemented from the template that you liked, and this is just a welcome to Furever, my bestie, and we have a passion, and a little bit about the two of you. I think it's nice to put a little something personal about you right up there. We have gifts, memorialize, take with you. We can change these photos if you like. They just were in the template, so I use them. Then we have, again, I'm going to reframe these and kind of change this, make this look better. We'll take out the shadow and some minor design things that I can easily do. And then I put in here a freebie alert. Again, you can pick whatever products you want to put in here. Bundle and save, buy 4 products, get the 5th one free. More puppy love to go around. Access now. They'll click on this and it'll go to the shop. And it's always great to have, one of these gotcha marketing moments here. We can put something different in here, but we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, when I have an automotive store, and the bundle works great because people are going in to buy one thing, they'll realize, oh, maybe I'd like that too. My thought about this was for the holidays. We could do a nice post on Facebook and do an ad. I can even create a commercial for you, and it can say something like, is gift giving got you down? Did somebody that you care about lose their favorite, their forever bestie? Here's a way to make one order for the whole family, right? You could get the daughter a tote bag for school, the brother or the son a sweatshirt with something with their pet on there. You could get mom a notebook, a spiral notebook. You could get dad a coffee cup, and here you've given the whole family a wonderful gift with one-stop shopping, one order, easy to do. We're going to add personalized text on there too, like you said that you wanted. And so, yeah, that's like a gift idea. We can come up with what I do every year too is like a gift buying guide, making it easy for people to buy gifts. It's always a tough thing. How do you buy something? So this is a little bit more about your store, customize our products, personalized. I can, this is kind of black and white right now, so I just didn't know. It is clean though. I know you kind of want to keep things a little classic. So I do kind of like the black and white or the gray Scott. But we can make this purple or whatever color you want on the fonts if you want. I kind of like it's pretty clean this way. And then I just put, choose your product, personalize your text, pick your image. And then here we go to the products area. And again, these are all sample products I just created. And again, this photo here, if you want to change it, we can change it. So you can see that the font hasn't been changed yet here to match the other one. I have to actually purchase this font and this font. So I have to what's called code that in to the back end of the site to change it throughout the website, but that's not difficult, and I'll be working on that for you so that all of that font will match these font, or that new font will be all throughout the website. Okay? Same thing here. This would be that it's called the Seasons font. So I'll change all that. And then again, this was just throwing this in here. Anything that you want to put here, this font will change and everything. We can put shop now instead of explore now. This was just kind of filler until I knew what you guys really liked and didn't like. And I throw a lot of stuff at the wall on a first draft just to see what you want or you don't want. I mean, I like the paw prints on the beach. You can't really tell that they're paw prints here, so we could clean that up a bit and make it a little bit more obvious. And, again, just threw stuff out here, but we could do something like, we could do a bundle promotion here where you're showing, these related products. And I want you to think about that because I forgot about, that's such a great marketing thing on all of my sites actually. Whenever I do a product bundle on my grocery store, it's obviously all the ingredients to the recipe, right? And then I give them a nice discount for purchasing them all at once. It works great for other products though. So again, related products are here. You don't actually have to be stuck with just these products. I do have a supplier that does other things like dog toys and pet products, if you wanted to go a little further in the store, but I know you want to stick with what you're doing here. So, but we could add other products, if you wanted to do shirts and t-shirts, everything in Printify is completely available for you. I think that if you want to test the market with just these few products, it's actually not a bad idea. With the holiday season coming up, though, I like to give them a little bit more of a variety, though. Maybe a couple of accessory products, a couple more, like maybe choose a few apparel products. But again, I don't want to get into your head about this. This is your store and your business. So that's just personally what I would do, though, especially on the Etsy store. And then, everything here hasn't really changed. But that's where we want to go with this. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is step 2, which means I'll clean this up. Any design changes you want, continuing throughout this process, I'll be happy to make. I want to start working on the actual the marketing in the store and everything. So what I want to add in the store, and I've thought a lot about it for marketing, is going to be the custom product designer. What this does is obviously it allows the client to upload their photo here and add their text, add background, add effects, whatever they want to add to this to make it truly customized. All right, so that's an important one to have. You can, all of your products from Printify are going to come in here. All right, and they'll be able to do that. So that's a must-have. That's the one that we decided early on that we wanted to upload the images. When we go there, though, this is these add-ons are really great. The add-ons offer add-ons like gift wrap, special message, or special options for products. This is really important. Printify does offer it at no charge, but we need to know on the front end what they want, in that regard. So it's important that you have the option for them. I don't know that we probably will not be able to offer gift wrapping, but I haven't really looked into that. I know that Printify does a gift card. And maybe they do gift wrapping. I didn't think about that. And I'll look into it for you. But anyways, it's a great add-on because you can offer other options. There's other things you can do here. The shipping and tracking is really important because what's going to happen is that at the end of the order, when you put in the order with Printify or Automatically Goes, they're going to give you a tracking number. And so that tracking number, you're going to need this add-on in order to input the tracking number so that it will shoot the client that email. We can probably automate that with the next thing I'm going to talk to you about. The second thing is product bundles, my biggest favorite thing, because you can offer BOGOs, you can offer bulk discounts, which is great. This is a huge seller around the holidays as well, because people they love the store, and if they can buy, we put a little ticker counter at the top of the page that says, if you bundle now within an hour, then you'll get this amount of a discount. So there'll be lots of not lots of triggers, but triggers are really important on an online website, and I'll be creating some easy triggers for you. Triggers are things that entice people to buy now. Here's another one that is fun. We can do a spinner. A spinner is one that offers them that if they put in a bundle now, if they order, they hit the spinner, they're going to get a certain level of discount. So those are fun too. There's add-ons that I can add on for a little bit more. This is all within your budget that we've already established. And so that's good. And then the other one is the Printify annual, the yearly Printify premium. So what this offers you to be able to do is you're going to get 20% discount on your, I believe it's a 20% discount. I have to double check on that too. But I just wanted to show you the cost here. This is a hard cost that you'll pay annually. You're not, I mean, I will set up the subscription for you, or we can have you guys just pay it separately, whatever you want to do there. I don't have a problem invoicing you for it and setting it up, but the next step, that's something, the integration is going to be very simple. I don't have Printify Premium, but I think you guys are going to really like it because you're starting out, and it's going to seamlessly put the order from your website directly onto Printify in case you get slammed like I did the very first e-commerce store that I had. I didn't even finish the website yet, and I was getting literally, 12 to 15 orders a day, which was insane. So I know from experience that as much as you don't think that that can happen, it sure did happen to me, and I was freaking out. So things that I've learned is if I would have had a seamless integration where the order comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm sleeping, obviously, and I don't have to think about it, that would have been heaven sent, believe me. I would have slept a lot easier back in those days. So that's something to take a look at, and I hope that you decide to take that. And we're going to talk more about that as well. But just in regards to the Printify, it's going to give you, all these products. I wanted to ask you a question too. We were mentioning, or Christy, you were asking me about using another print-on-demand company, and I can't remember the purpose for that or what you were thinking there. But I know it was something about something that Printify did not do, and I can't recall. So let's talk about that. So the Printify, I'm calling that 300, and then the other bundle products, or the other products for the checkout and everything is going to be 724. So I'm going to send you an invoice on this. So this would be your hard cost for the website, and then outside of that, there's going to be $20 a month for MailChimp if you want to get into email marketing. You might want to kind of test the market first and see how you guys do. And of course, you need email. So there's two types of email. There's your product confirmation pages, emails where it says, thank you for your order. We're processing it right now. We're, processing the order. And then, yes, we've given you a confirmation. And then, yes, we've delivered, we've sent your shipment out for delivery. Here's your shipping tracking number. And then finally, thank you for your order. We hope that you'll refer us customers later or whatever. So that's already involved in your website, except for that thank you page. If you want to go into repeat sales or abandoned cart means that if somebody doesn't check out and they leave the website, then we send them an email automatically that says, hey, you might have left something behind. Maybe it was an oversight. We're going to hold it for you, for 2 hours if you want to come back. And then if they don't come back, then it's another trigger that will say, hey, we're still holding your cart very kindly, and if you come back now, we'll give you an additional 20% off, your cart or whatever. So that kind of email is an email company outside, which I like to use MailChimp, or there's a couple different options there for you, depending on how involved you want to be. If you want to really do some slick stuff, there's a couple different options. I use all of them. So depending on the client and depending on the type of business that they're doing, I use just about all of them. So anyways, I'm going to send you an invoice on this, but I'd like to get started on your banking information as well, so I can start working on the checkout and the product add-ons, the bundles, and everything else to get this store really going. Again, the next steps that are going to be to finish this baby up are going to be to finalize some of these items, which is your helps and your facts, your returns and refunds. I got to move that down. I got to switch all these around. Privacy policy and your information here. We probably want to have you set up maybe a P.O. box here for an address, a phone number that you want to use. We're going to create an email that I'm going to need to set up for you guys that's going to go whatever email carrier that you're getting or using. So we're going to need to set that up too. So your email needs to be set up for your customer service and how to get your orders. Your phone number that you want for customer service should be here. And a P.O. box number or another address other than a home address is definitely, you know, the doxing world these days. I do use my own address, but I think that today, in today's day and age, I probably will. Actually, I don't. I use my office number. I don't know if you guys have an office. So anyways, so that's important to think about. The orders and returns, deliveries, careers. I can help you with all this stuff. The About Us page I kind of created in this blog. If you want to look at the blog post that I created for you guys, which is just literally written a little, definitely a bit off the cuff. And it's down here at the bottom. Yeah, all this stuff. And keep in mind, here it is, this one. And I'm going to open this up to you guys. As soon as I get some of this stuff that I need to get done, like killing all of that stuff right there, that was from the template. I'm going to be able to put it live for you guys to look at and kind of spend a little bit more time rather than just a video to kind of see, you know, what's going on here. But I want to fix all the fonts first, and I want to do some work on the back end regarding the fonts and everything, and fonts meaning, you know, the lettering and everything that we're doing here. So I hope that you like the new design. Again, we can change anything in regards to colors that go there. I want to show you real quick too that new color palette that we created based on some of the images and ideas that you had given me. And again, colors are not, I didn't go through and really change all the colors because I wanted to really kind of have you guys think more about it. Once you see the design and you're in the website yourself and you're like, oh, hey, you know, it didn't look like that on the video, now it looks different here or whatever. So no rush on that. But design is the most time consuming portion of the design of this process. Let me see. So this one was 1025. So this is the one that I came up with, this palette. Let me show you. I'm going to open it in the generator. So I like these colors, how they flow. This kind of came up with those really good lavenders that you really liked. And I thought that bringing in some friendly colors to this, you didn't like the browns, although the browns would be very workable in this palette. But, you know, to bring in some lighter colors. This is a peach versus a pink. And I thought this kind of flows really nice. This shade would be used because, you know, it is about pets, and this kind of brings in these earthy tones. This would be our hyperlink color. This is kind of the base color that I'm using in the background of the video. This can be a font color for your headlines and your title. Your title font can be in this, and we can also use this for a body font, body content font, which I like because it's a little soft, but it's not black. You know, it's got that. Actually, it's kind of the color of the bottom of a paw print, isn't it? Which I really like. And the blue is nice because it's just kind of gives a nice hue. If you wanted to bring in more shades of that. And then this I would use more towards maybe the bottom of the site. And then the green we can use for buttons. It's interesting question whether you use red buttons or different color buttons for your shop. You know, right now they're blue, which I don't really like at all because I didn't even get that far as design goes. But if we wanted to add in a red color for the buttons, that's great. It works great. Everybody expects, if they see it add to cart and it's red, they know what to do. So it's kind of the rule of the game is to keep your add to cart button red. People know what to do, so we can keep it that. Sometimes I like to go more in orange hues so it's not so gotcha in their face, or it doesn't bring up the idea of red. So we could bring in another color here. I do like this palette though, but let me know. It doesn't matter what I like. It matters what you both like the most. So if I want to bring in another color, I'd probably, yeah, this is a nice tone of red where it's not that bright red, stop sign red. This is a really nice cool tone. I'd use this for the add to cart button. See what else they'll give me here. Could use that orange, that's kind of nice. I'd go for something a little bit more bright, that's darker. The pink was nice. This carrot orange would be acceptable. I would probably just stick with like that red that we found. It'll come back around here in a minute. So this color paletting is an amazing software. It's in my developer package that I use. This one right here. This one's nice too. I like this one. So I would lock this one in and probably use this one for the add to cart buttons because it's just it's so welcoming. It's not so bright. You know, you get the idea. So anyways, I hope you like what I've done here, and you know, it's not too late to change this video if you like it. If you don't like it, I say we throw it out. Throw out the first, once we get the checkout and the shop complete, and I want you guys to really think more about what products you want to add and how you want to do that. There's nothing wrong with taking a product from Printify and making it just a blank, right? Or what I was thinking too is you want to have something about you guys, which means maybe your logo on every product. Again, with logo, I don't know if you like the logo, we can create a new logo. It would be a really important time to think about a logo right now. But yeah, you could take in the catalog and, you know, we could put in there just this shirt, right? Just this is what it would look like on your store. And then they can add their own custom design to that. Or you could create a design, like I said, that says, you know, Furever my Bestie. Something about your store, you know. I think that what we can do here too with the premium program is that on the t-shirts and on the different products, you can do a branded label on the product itself. Just like, you know, if you have a tag on the inside of the shirt, it would be printed with your name, Furever my Bestie, so that they're always seeing the name of your store. You can do forevermybestie.com on your private branded label. You can do that on your labels, your boxes, your tags, your bottom of your cups, I believe. You know, you can do that kind of stuff with the premium Printify. So if you're in Printify, take a look at this and see all of the things that it offers. Again, I'm not really exactly sure because I don't have Printify Premium. I do have a premium program with another print-on-demand company. So a little bit to think about there, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to work on this all weekend and really kick it out the door because I've got other projects that are just completely backed up at this point. So let me know. I'm going to send you an invoice. I'm going to probably be asking you for about, let me see, I'll tell you when I do the invoice, but it's going to be either you could pay the full amount at this point, which would be $2,000, or if you need a little bit of a break on that, it would probably be, and I don't want to hold me to this, but let's see. $1,224 or $1,375, something like that. You know, but let me know where you're at money-wise. If you've got the money to spend on the full amount, I always like to give people the option of making payments because it's a little easier, or in increments. If you need, you know, a smaller amount that you want to pay now, but I need to cover these hard costs. The hard costs are adding up to about $855 plus some of my time here, $500 for the second draft, which is $500. So we'll talk about that though. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Talk soon. Give me a call. I'm available most of the day. Today on Friday, going to dinner later on. Be home back again tonight by about 7:30. Going to see my daughter in Ann Arbor. And then available Saturday and Sunday. All right. Thanks. Thank you, ladies. Happy Friday. Bye.